Yo, yo, it's your boy FRO. And today I'm going to be talking about the movies and the television I watched in August 2023. So ain't nothing to it but to do it. Now, right off the bat, I didn't get much to watch this whole month. I only got to see 3 films, some episodes here or there, some television shows, but only got to complete 3 movies. I've been playing on my Nintendo Switch that I recently got, and I just finished and completed a tour that was 12 days straight from August 24th to September 2nd. And I had my birthday on August 29th. So August was just a big fucking frenzy for FRO. But let's move on to the movies. Now, the first one was a rewatch. I first saw the Machete film, Robert Rodriguez and Danny Trejo, in 2010 when it came out. I saw it in theaters. I owned a physical copy at the time, but I lost it through the years. Now, I do like Machete. I'm a fan of grindhouse films and how gory and goofy and, it's a very zany nature to them. They're not really too seriously to take, when you're watching a grindhouse film. There is rather grotesque imagery, don't get me wrong. We'll see some heads exploding, intestines, guts, blood and gore, of course. But a grindhouse film, for the most part, is a really fun turn off your brain, or it's a fun experience that you can sit through. Now, Machete originally started as a grindhouse trailer for the Planet Terror and Death Proof combination package. Also, there were also trailers like the Thanksgiving film that Eli Roth is going to come out with pretty soon. And Machete was one of the trailers. That was the first time I ever seen it or was aware of the Machete character. The character has popped up in previous Spy Kids movies as Uncle Machete, but this was the first R-rated grindhouse turn that I was aware of in that grindhouse trailer. Now, fast forward a couple years later, they turned it into a full feature-length film. Then they actually made a second one, Machete Kills in Space, or I think that's the third one. I kind of got lost on the second one. But the first film, I actually like. I think it's fun. Has a pretty star-studded cast. Robert De Niro plays the bad guy, sorta. He plays, I believe, the senator with a weird Texan accent. We have Lindsay Lohan in a really weird kind of cameo limited role. Like, she has a decent role, but it's not a huge role. We have Jessica Alba playing the agent helping Machete. Got Michelle Rodriguez with the eye patch. And Cheech Marin, he plays the priest, the Padre, and he's probably my favorite character in the film. Don Johnson plays the bad guy, the border guard hunting down the Mexican folks. Yeah, I like Machete. It's really goofy and zany, and I can understand that people don't like it, but I personally have a good time with the first film. And I might do a full review sometime later. Next up, this one's a random pick, but the 1989 film, Look Who's Talking, with the babies talking, with Bruce Willis voicing the baby Mikey. Now, this is a very weird, odd film, but I do like it. And I remember having early memories with this one when I was around, I'm going to say 10 or 11 years old. And when I was younger, I didn't care too much for it. The one thing that stood out to me was the oldie soundtrack. I always thought the soundtrack was pretty dope. It was a cool introduction to some of the oldie songs that I love. So that was one of the things that gravitated me when I was young. I didn't really care too much for the film outside of the soundtrack. Now, watching this on a more grown-up sense, if you will, I actually kind of like this movie. I was laughing a couple times. I thought John Travolta put in a good performance as the cab driver trying to help Kirstie Alley. I thought Kirstie Alley herself put in a pretty fun performance. Her character is a little bit unlikable at times, in my opinion, but I still thought she did a pretty good job. And she had a nice screen presence handling the lead role in this film. And I do like John Travolta as the guy trying to help her out. And Bruce Willis is a very extremely odd choice to voice Mikey. I don't know who came up with that. It was like almost like a pull a name out of the hat kind of thing. But I don't mind Bruce Willis as Mikey. I actually think it's kind of funny at times. It's very bizarre. It's a very bizarre film. But if you have nothing to do one day and you just want to check this one out, it's not a harmful film. You know, it's not a terrible film. It's not the best film ever, but I think it's a pretty decent one, and I had a good time with it. It was a cool rewatch for me. The second one, Look Who's Talking To, is very fuzzy for me. I don't remember anything about it. But yeah, the first one I don't mind. Now, the last movie that I got to see in August was The Last Voyage of the Demeter. And I have a full review on my channel if you guys want to check it out. But long story short, this one was very mixed for people. Some people didn't rock with this one. Some people liked it. I was in a liked it category. I thought it was a fun one. Great action. Great acting. It does have a slow burn for the most part, but I enjoyed getting to know these characters on the ship. And I like the look of Dracula. Sometimes the CGI was a little bit distracting, admittedly, but the practical effects use I really enjoyed on Dracula. I like the kills. There's about 4 or 5 kills in here, but I like them. Minus one. One I thought could have been on screen and could have been showcased more, but I liked how it was bloodier than I expected it to be with certain kill moments. Again, the acting was fine. I really enjoyed the acting, actually. The look of the ship and the atmosphere of the film, very creepy, very brooding, and I appreciated that. So if you guys want to, I would probably recommend this one on the platforms. When it comes straight to platforms, I believe it's already on. It was a cool theater experience, but if you're not so sure and you don't really want to spend too much money, check it out on the platform. And that's it, y'all. It's your boy Fro. Until next time, I'm out. And Equalizer 3 review coming soon. Fro. Subscribe for more. Thizzle.